everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be discussing the first couple of reviews for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, as the first screenings of Sony Pictures' Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse critics shared their strong early reactions of this upcoming film. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. That is exactly what we are going to be discussing in today's video. And so in this video we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As I read, following the first screenings of Sony Pictures' Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, critics shared their strong early reactions to the Spider-Man film. Heavy anticipation continues to build for Sony Pictures' Spider-Verse 2. The sequel to one of the most celebrated animated movies in movie history is 2018's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, expanding on the boundaries of the multiverse more than ever before, which could even lead to appearances by Venom and other Spideys that have been seen in live action. It's no surprise to see that fans want to see Miles Morales back in action. And seeing that this entirety of what the Spider-Verse movies are is that seeing that they surround, their overall narrative surrounds the multiverse, and now that the MCU, which is separate in a separate universe compared to what the Spider-Verse is doing, it does lead to those chances that they could definitely overlap if they want to and kind of merge these different characters together. This is kind of the time for them to do that, and I think that is something that a lot of Spider-Man fans out there would love to see a second time compared to Spider-Man No Way Home. And with potentially emotional deaths into this play alongside with more Spider-Man than one could fit on a promotional lunchbox, many are wondering what exactly to expect to see on the big screen for this film. There, of course, previously before have been plenty of teases, rumors, and everything above into the regards of what this movie may offer, some of those leading towards maybe death scenes for some of our fan favorite characters, unfortunately. Critics took to social media to share their initial reactions to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Fandom's Eric Goldman called the sequel fantastic, highlighting the deeply heartfelt character beats and expressing his excitement for the sequel, or the third film to this trilogy in 2024 next year, saying that in full quote, "I am very happy to say that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is fantastic. Definitely juggles deeply heartfelt characters beats with crazy multiverse content just packed with so many delightful Easter eggs. Loved how Gwen's story is expanded. Can't wait for the third one." Ending that quote right there. Yahoo Entertainment Kevin Polloy couldn't believe how good Spider-Verse 2 was, even proclaiming it could possibly potentially be better than the original movie, the first Spider-Verse movie in 2018, saying that in full quote, "It honestly is absurd of how good the Spider-Verse movies are. Across the Spider-Verse is just as great, if not better, than Into the Spider-Verse. I really don't know how." Ending that quote right there. Screen Rant's Joe Declamere explained that the hype is real for Spider-Verse and its sequel, teasing some surprises in this film that he didn't see coming, saying that in full quote, "The hype is real. Every frame of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is gorgeous. I didn't want to blink because I didn't want to miss anything," and I right there have to agree with that. You can watch this film over and over and find something new to enjoy. There are some surprises in this film that I truly wasn't expecting. Ending that quote right there. And then finally, lastly, I'd like to take a read from comicbook.com into what they had to say here a little bit about this movie as well. As of course, as I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have this full article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As they read, comicbook.com's Brandon Davis described the sequel as an incredible accomplishment, teasing that it's very much as an unfinished story by its end, but also expressing disbelief of how good it was. It's kind of teasing at the idea that they're leaving room and setting things up for the threequel coming out later next year in 2024, saying that in full quote, "Across the Spider-Verse is simply an incredible accomplishment. It's stunning, but also very much an unfinished story by its end. Visually, it's such a stunning achievement. It's everything a Spider-Man fan could ask for, and much more. So good, it's hard to believe it exists." Ending that quote right there. Now, as I had just mentioned, there are a couple of other critic reviews out here kind of just proclaiming of how amazing this overall movie is. Nobody's complaining about this movie, essentially. They're like saying, like, they're teasing things with this movie. They're saying that they're doing things to set up for the threequel, for the next one for this movie in 2024, and that there is a lot of hype for this movie, and it's well deserved. There's a lot to look forward to with this movie. As I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have this article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. Will Spider-Verse 2 land with the fans? So, however, it's definitely great for the critics and everything like that. Of course, they have all been, hyping it up and saying it's great, it's wonderful, but oftentimes in the movie, film industry, television and film industry, we'll see it kind of opposing opinions from critics and fans, where critics will say that this movie is god-awful, it's horrible, and then the fans will go and see it, it comes out, and it's like the best thing ever, and vice versa, where fans are saying that it's amazing, and critics are saying that it's horrible, essentially. So after Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first movie from 2018 won the 2019 Oscar for Best Animated Picture and won fans and critics over across the world, seeing these reviews for Spider-Verse 2 certainly paints a great picture for the franchise. It's especially impressive to see that some even rank this new sequel above the original one, as Miles Morales leaves Brooklyn for the first time and joins dozens of Spider-People from across numerous alternate dimensions upon the multiverse. While Miles' story alongside Gwen Stacy will likely be the key driving force in this new sequel, Oscar Isaac's 2099 Spider-Man and dozen other of the Spider-Men and women will give Miles some of the biggest challenges he's faced to date. Of course, some of the surprises mentioned in these reviews will remain a secret until Spider-Verse 2 fully premieres in theaters, even with promotional photos spoiling a handful of characters that fans have wanted to see alongside with Miles, Gwen, and the rest of the gang. But with Sony looking to ride the high of its multiversal efforts in Spider-Man No Way Home, possibly even bringing in heroes from the live-action universe as well, all bets are off for what could happen this time around for Spider-Verse 2. There's a lot of hype, as I had mentioned, going forward for this movie. It seems as though that this movie is going to be amazing. It might be better than the first movie. I'm here for it. I can't wait for it. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse will premiere in theaters on Friday, June 2nd. Also, the fact, as I had mentioned earlier on in this video, that some of these critics are even teasing at that for some of the many different surprises that we will see with this upcoming movie. There's definitely a lot that's going to happen and that can happen here for Spider-Verse 2, and also with the fact I think that really mostly intrigues me, myself as a fan, is seeing that how this movie is going to set things up for the third film. They're definitely 110% doing it. That's that's definitely in the bag for sure, and that's something that we will be seeing. They've already begun production and have announced it officially and everything like that, and that is something that will happen. So seeing how Spider-Verse 2 will set things up for that movie is going to be very interesting, because the way that they did the first movie, Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse universe, essentially, and how that movie kind of perfectly closed everything off, essentially, it's going to be interesting to see how they reopen everything, and then how they're going to set things up for a threequel as well at the same time. Guys, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. This has been Unofficial MCU. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.